Welcome to Schwendi's Welcome to Schwendi's Gold Prospector Wisdoms videos. Make sure you watch the first 3 episodes. Today we talk about teamwork. My name is Svenja and I'm a young gold prospector. As a young gold prospector, it's always good to learn from the older gold prospectors. Take my uncle.
The camel.
Take the Uncle Schwendi with.
Pulling Uncle Schwendi.
Yes, show. Say hi to my godmother. Okay. So my first question, for me as a young girl, it's clear to doing things together is funnier than doing things alone. But what do you think?
Well, sure, doing things together is much more fun, but I also enjoy being alone sometimes, enjoying silence, peace, and so it's a little bit of both, if you ask generally. But in gold prospecting, well, it's basically the same, but it's much more fun together, and it has some advantages to be together as a gold prospector.
Okay, can you tell some?
Yeah, sure. Besides the fact that it's much more fun and that you can motivate each other, because gold prospecting is sometimes a bit tough and so on if you don't find anything. But also there are other aspects, for example, about efficiency. We always say if we are 2 prospectors, our manpower is more than twice as much, because there are some things, especially in mountain creeks with big boulders and so, and we have limited tools. We don't have excavators as hobby gold prospectors, as small-scale gold prospectors. So we work basically with our hands and with hand tools. And so if you are 2 or more, you can achieve much more than if you are alone. That's an important fact.
Okay, but when you work together and you find gold, you have to split the gold.
Yes, of course.
So how can you find more when you work alone or when you work in a team but you have to split the gold?
But that's a very clever question. Well, I think especially this, or exactly this point, is one of the reasons why many gold prospectors prefer to work alone, because they don't like to split their gold. And it depends on the way of gold prospecting you do. If you are in a classic large creek with large gravel bars with lots of gold flakes which are somehow homogeneously distributed, everybody can set up his own sloughs and work in parallel, and if you work 1 hour more you have more gold, etc. Sure. So it's somehow a little bit like linear, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I know good friends of us, they go together gold prospecting quite a lot, and they always work, or most times they work in parallel.
Okay.
And so you don't have to bother about how to split the gold and so. But if you, like we most times do, if you go for gold nuggets, and if you are working in larger in creeks which are difficult, where the gold is spotty and where there are some large boulders and so, and you know there are the gold is not homogeneously distributed. There are certain spots.
Yes.
If you work alone, you have 1 day time to work your spot. The likelihood is much lower that you find such a spot. In this kind of creek, for sure, if you work in a team, you will find more gold, because simply you're not able to to open that much ground alone.
The world can be dark and scary. Together we are strong.
most times you overestimate what you can achieve in one day. But most times you as well underestimate what you can achieve in 1 year.
Yes.
So you can, with steady work, you really can achieve huge spots, and that's what we do. And if you work together, you are just more, you are faster. It's more motivating because the gold comes faster. You have to split it, but you see more gold, more. You see how your spot grows, how you can access difficult spots which you wouldn't be able alone. Hannes, our friend, is a good example. He has really optimized his abilities to work alone. It's unbelievable what this guy can achieve with his wooden constructions to move boulders and all this stuff. It's really genius. But it's way more simple if you work in a team.
If you work in a team, you have some disadvantages, yes, sure, and or problems or something. How do you?
Of course. That's like all with everything in life. Some things it's simpler to be alone.
Yes.
And if you are in a group, there will be some problems, some arguments. It's absolutely normal. But there is an Alpine player. So in gold prospecting, it's even more special because, unfortunately, very often there are some. I have seen many friendships break.
Ich werde jetzt mal was sagen. Ja, du bist ein Dieb. Du bist ein ganz hundsgemeiner, schäbiger Dieb. Ein Dieb. Ein Dieb. Ja, das bist du. Ein Dieb. Ein Dieb, ein Dieb.
Joe, vielleicht war es Frankie. Ich habe mich schon oft gefragt, ob man Frankie trauen kann. Er hockt immer so da, sagt nichts. Aber im Grunde weiß man nie, woran man ist mit ihm.
Gold is special.
Yes.
Gold brings up also the bad attitudes or the bad characters of a person, and so it often happens that people disagree or something, have misunderstanding, have some arguments, and that's one of the disadvantages of teamwork.
Yes.
So you have to. I always say, yes, I like teamwork, but it depends on the team. You have to choose your buddies carefully, and I think almost always, or 99% of all cases where some friendships break or where there are some arguments, it's about misunderstandings. It's very rare that somebody is really an asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you find out pretty fast if somebody's an asshole, then you, leave him alone. But very often there are some misunderstandings, and therefore, either you know your buddy very well, like your dad and me.
Yeah.
We sometimes, when we are gold prospecting, we don't talk a word for hours. Everybody knows what the other we have. We are somehow aligned.
Yes.
We have the same goal and so on, and we trust each other. We know each other very well, and that's the simplest solution, that you know your buddy very well. But that's not always the case. And I also went prospecting, for example, with Andy when I went to Alaska 2019. I knew him very well. I liked him, but I didn't know if we get along.
Yeah.
If we are together for more than just a day or so. And then you have to be very clear in advance about the rules. You have to negotiate how to split the gold 50-50, that everything is clear, how to share costs or whatever, that the things are clear. If things are clear, the potential for misunderstandings is lower. And also if you don't like something, say it immediately. You can say it friendly, can say, I'm sorry, I don't like that, please don't do it. It's way better than just and some when there is an argument or so, all this stuff. But problem is also gold is really special, as I mentioned. It causes sometimes some kind of greed, and it's not just money, it's somehow more. If you see the history of mankind, you see wars about gold.
Yeah,
and so there I don't know, there's something in us which, you have to trust your body, and you have to know your body very well. And another thing is, there are some people who are really assholes and betray the others. For example, if you take somebody with you to your secret creek or so, or you tell him some important tips, and then he goes there alone when you're not there, and so this happens, unfortunately. My advice here is, before you really open yourself, all your secrets to somebody, test it. Go somewhere else prospecting with him, get to know him better, and so, and after a while, it takes some time. With almost all good things, it takes some time.
Okay, but if I want to do gold prospecting with partner or in a team, how can I find someone?
Yeah, there are different possibilities. I think obviously the social media, there are many Facebook groups and so, but be careful, because these Facebook groups, you don't know a person very well if you chat with him on Facebook or so. But you can get contacts there.
Okay.
But you have to meet the people before you really start some big projects with them. You have to know them. But there are also some roundtable meetings, and so we, in my hometown, all few months or so, we make a roundtable meeting where different prospectors meet and talk about what they did and so. And sometimes there are some new guys there, and so you can get contacts. Or you can go to a creek, just talk to a prospector if you see some, but be careful, because a gold prospector is often either very focused on his task or just wants to enjoy the peace and silence and so. So don't, you can ask, hey, hi, sorry, you have time, can I ask you something or so? And then if he talks, okay, but don't, there are some people I really don't like which come to you and talk and fuck off.
Okay. Is there something else do you want to tell about teamwork or gold prospecting or something?
Well, there's a lot to tell, but somehow it's natural. Let's just be easy. Let the natural flow go like the creek, and make clear rules. Talk clear, communicate clear, and so, and choose your team partners well. And if you do so, you can have really great friendships, like with your dad. You can have really great times, and you for sure will find more gold. That's my personal opinion. I would really recommend it.
Okay. Then I search now a partner to go gold prospecting.
Yeah, but he has to, we test him.
Oh.
And our tests are very hard, you know it.
Yes, I know it. I came with you.